Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, as established by the General Convention elected for that purpose and held at Philadelphia, July 15th, 1776, and continued by adjournments to September 28th, 1776. Whereas, all government are to be instituted and supported for the security and protection of the community as such, and to enable the individuals who compose it to enjoy their natural rights and the other blessings which the author of existence has bestowed upon man. And whenever these great ends of government are not obtained, the people have a right, by common consent, to change it, to take such measures as to them may appear necessary to promote their safety and happiness. And whereas the inhabitants of this Commonwealth have incorporate consideration of protection only heretofore acknowledged allegiance to the King of Great Britain, and the said King has not only withdrawn that protection, they commenced and still continue to carry on with unabated vengeance a most cruel and unjust war against us, employing any therein not only the troops of Great Britain, but far mercenaries, savages, slaves, for the avowed purpose of reducing them to a total and abject submission to the despotic domination of the British Parliament, with many other acts of tyranny more fully set forth in the Declaration of Congress, whereby all allegiance felt to the said King and his successors are dissolved and at an end, and all power and authority derived from him ceased in these colonies. And whereas it is absolutely necessary for the welfare and safety of the inhabitants of said colonies that they be henceforth free and independent states, and that just, permanent, and proper forms of government exist in every part of them, derived from and founded on the authority of the people only, agreeable to the directions of the Honorable American Congress, we, the representatives of the freemen of Pennsylvania, in General Convention, met for the express purpose of framing such a government, confessing the goodness of the great governor of the universe, God, the great spirit of ultimate goodness, who alone knows to what degree our earthly happiness mankind may attain by perfecting the arts of government, and permitting the people of this state, by common consent, without violence, deliberately to form for themselves such just rules as they shall think best for governing their future society, and being fully convinced that it is our indispensable duty to establish such original principles of government as will best promote the general happiness of the people of this state and their posterity, and provide for future improvements without partiality for or prejudice against any particular class, sect, or denomination of men, whatever due by virtue of the authority vested in us by our constituents, ordained, declared, and established the following Declaration of Rights and frame of government to be the Constitution of this Pennsylvania Commonwealth, and to remain in force therein forever, unaltered, except in such articles as shall hereafter on experience be found to require improvement, and which shall, by the same authority of the people fairly delegated as this frame of government directs, be amended or improved for the more effectual obtaining and securing the great design of all government herein before mentioned. So, because goddamn Great Britain were a bunch of oppressor, molester, fascist, totalitarian fucks, because they had standing armies that was quartering inside our houses. Yeah, they're just supposed to take candles and shit, but they're taking our beds, they're taking our wives, they're taking our goddamn security. They're taking our security away. They're foraging off the people. The damn king can't pay his own fucking troops to oppress us, and so what the king says, hey, why don't you just steal your goddamn, the shit that you need from the people? My God, I mean, things are tough now, but could you imagine just being subsistence, hand-to-mouth farmers, and then goddamn troops just come into your fucking house and just use all your shit up? I mean, my God, we had to raise all these crops throughout the goddamn years. We save and pinch every single goddamn, pinch of flour that we can. And then this motherfucker comes in and makes himself a goddamn Belgian waffle. Like a twat waffle. Twat waffle's gonna make himself a Belgian waffle at our own expense. Fuck goddamn George III. They ain't no king. They ain't no king. George III just wants to oppress us. He just wants the power without the responsibility. The Government Act, he wants to dissolve our own fucking governments. We've been ruling ourselves for quite some time, and this motherfucker, and then they're going to say they're going to take away the English rights away from us. Either we inherit the same English rights from Great Britain that the same inhabitants of England have, or we're declaring that we are a people too, and we get the fucking rights from God, you motherfucker. We're going to appeal to heaven. So the Declaration of Rights, this is a big problem with the U.S. Constitution. These goddamn elitist sons of bitches, they were just trying to say, well, because of the three branches of government and there were some freedoms inside the body, it's good enough. So this is the science of government. We're using the science of politics in our day and age. and what the science of our politics in this day and age is saying, that we need 3 branches of government, we need frequent and fair elections, and all this, federalism and bicameralism, and a bunch of bullshit, really. The structure of the government is going to protect our freedoms. Yeah, perhaps when it comes to the 3 branches of government, it was very important that they are separate and distinct departments, separate and distinct branches. So what does that mean? The goddamn king gets to do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and then the goddamn legislator just writes the fucking rules? They got the power of the purse. That was the problem with the judicial branch, said Hamilton, is that they only have the power of judgment. They don't have any real power at all. They don't have the power of the sword, which goes to the executive branch, and they don't have the power of the purse, which goes to the legislative branch. So the judiciary, in many respects, is supposed to be the weakest branch, but not in a police state, not in the fastest totalitarian police state. And there is a goddamn problem with somebody kidnapping somebody else and saying, well, you're fucked. You had that guy that in Portland, the Robbie Road Show or some shit. He got arrested. And is he going to have to fight federal charges? I mean, he got, a GoFundMe, and he's got like $50,000 or something in goddamn money. So maybe he'll get himself a decent lawyer. Maybe he'll be okay. But ultimately, it's like, oh, well, you were kidnapped? You were kidnapped by some fucking piece of shit. He just ripped you off the fucking streets, and then the goddamn DA wants to go ahead and oppress you further, and the judge, they want to fucking, the cops nab you, and then the courts slap you? Is that what the fucking courts are supposed to do? Do we not give a shit about truth and justice in this country? Do we not give a shit that objective justice rests upon objective truth? You gotta have the truth. And how many times, if you adjudicate the damn case, you would see that there was 200 other fucking crimes by violent fucking violent felonies were committed by violent felonious, fucking criminal fucks. And so what I'm saying is that the crime is the crime. The crime is the crime. The arrest is not the crime. The accusation is not the crime. The crime is the crime. Somebody murdered Tecumseh, and they did it psychotically. And if I would have gone after them motherfuckers, then I'm going to be faced with a police state that doesn't give a shit about the truth. They're going to be freaking out over a few warning shots, but if I would have gone after them motherfuckers for killing my fucking dog right fucking in front of me. Also drive-by shootings, fucking spotlighting, keeping me up all fucking night. Why? Because I'm the only lawful one in town. I'm the only one doing the goddamn planning and zoning laws. I'm calling 911 when I see the crime. I'm the only lawful one in town. And these goddamn criminal motherfuckers hate it. And because the cops have a thumb up their ass, and the courts and the prosecutors, they ain't doing their damn jobs. Oh, well shit, we killed his fucking dog, and then instead of him coming after us, he called the fucking law, and the law didn't do a damn thing. So now they got to get rid of the witness. And the witness don't have any, hey, stop it. Get out from under there. Come on, Rosa Luxemburg. It's all right, just that you're moving it and it's wheeling, back and forth. But I was on a decent little rant there, but let's carry on to chapter 2. We're going to talk about the frame of government, and I'm not going to get into the minutia. I'll just read a couple of lines so you get the understanding. The Commonwealth or State of Pennsylvania shall be governed hereafter by an assembly of the representatives of the freemen of the same, and a president and council in manner and form following. The supreme legislative power shall be vested in the House of Representatives of the freemen of the Commonwealth or State of Pennsylvania, the supreme executive power. So you get the idea. I want to point out the freedoms. There's freedoms inside the body of the Constitution. If you know anything about the U.S. Constitution, our freedoms don't just come from the Bill of Rights. We got freedoms inside the body. The habeas corpus, our right to habeas corpus comes from the body of the Constitution. We're also to be free from bills of attainder. These motherfuckers are not, they're not living by the letter of the Constitution. They're not living by the letter of the law. The Constitution says no emoluments, right? They said that Congress has to declare war before you go around bombing and killing people, extrajudicially in the Caribbean or off the coast of Florida or off the coast of California. Or bombing people in Yemen, or giving people weapons and shit so they could bomb other people, so they could do genocides and shit. I do believe in one God, the creator and governor of the universe, the rewarder of the good and the punisher of the wicked. And I do acknowledge the scriptures of the Old and New Testament to be given by divine inspiration. They have to say that. So this is actually saying that Christianity was embedded in the state of Pennsylvania. Christianity was embedded. You had to give that oath. And each member, before he takes his seat, shall make and subscribe the following declaration. These: I do believe in one God, I believe in the